Hello everybody, welcome back to Factorio. This is episode 33 and I am in between little bits and pieces here. I've started getting artillery on Nauvis because I am just tired of biters. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Hello, they are all coming that way. I have plenty of biters to tell me that they don't like my practice of automation. They've been telling me that since from the beginning, and obviously I haven't listened to them. Instead, I respond with ammunition. And they don't understand the language of ammunition, so it just kind of ends them instead. So I got artillery added to my defense, and I am looking for where? Yes, I have artillery coming from Vulcanus. I got my Vulcanus cruiser, Vulcanus to Nauvis. I have my Gleba to Fulgora cruiser because I need Tesla turrets on Gleba, and I don't have Vulcanus to Fulgora yet. But I will get that momentarily. I'm looking to see where my turrets might be. Okay. Okay, we just got some artillery turrets installed, meaning we are going to start seeing some carnage happen. But yeah, this episode we're going to Fulgora, and I want my artillery to just knock out any close by nests. Really, I just want them to knock out any close by nests because if we look at the pollution cloud, yeah, they're just too close. There we go. It's firing. Yeah, we have plenty of artillery turrets being made on Vulcanus. Alright, so after about an hour or so of having stuff transport back and forth, I do have ammo here and there that is being fed, and I have quite a bit of range, and I have basically cleared biters from being too close. Any biters that are coming are going to be ones that are angry from the artillery, and my defense may take a hit or two, or it doesn't. I think my base can handle it. I am getting my weapon damage up, I'm getting my Tesla damage up, my explosive damage up, all that. Over time, I'm going to increase the damage, the range, and the shooting speed. And what I have going on right now is I have my cruiser going from Vulcanus to bring the tungsten plates because it's cheaper to bring the plates and then craft the ammunition on Nauvis than it is to craft them and then send them up here. So I just increased my artillery shells range, and oh my goodness, oh man, well there it goes. We've unleashed the fury of the horde. I also have more Spidertron. Oh wow, woo, full salvo of artillery. Now I could just use nukes, but this is just so much more satisfying to see. So if we look at the pollution cloud, it's definitely increased, so I definitely need to push them out back further. Especially if I want to start actually getting some of these resources. I mean, they're readily available now. The only problem is I can't necessarily come here. Oh, there we go. Here's our first wave. Factorio has become tower defense with artillery. Yeah, the spitters are like honestly the biggest problems. You get like a whole wave of spitters, and if you get a whole bunch of them getting one shot off, they can actually destroy some of these defenses. All this has been cleared out. All this has been primarily cleared out with artillery and a couple of strafing runs with my Spidertron army. Also increased the bots in my network. I got 13,000 logistics bots, about 1,000 uncommon logistics bots. And if we take a look at my old structure of making electromagnetic science, 3 measly electromagnetic plants, with productivity 3, mind you. The problem persists. No holmium solution because we barely have any holmium again. This problem is going to last as long as I don't have a plentiful network of many different mining sites. I need plenty of mining sites to drop off the scrap, cultivate all of the holmium, all the batteries. In other words, we're going to do another revamp. This island itself is going to just be the island where we have all our rockets launching, and all our products that we're launching we're going to bring to this island. In other words, we're going to need an island specified, kind of like a sub-factory. Kind of if we look back on Nauvis, we have sub-factories over here. We have a section for this and that and all that. Try to use city blocks as much as we can. I know because we're working on islands, it's going to be a little bit different. The time has come that we need to go ahead and go over there. Alright, I have updated my taxi, and I'm going to see, I'm actually going pretty fast. Oof, man. Yeah, we're running low on power pretty quickly, but we're able to get the lasers to fire. Problem is, this is not the most optimal for power. Given any just moment where we start firing at asteroids, you just see that jump up, and for a minute we lose a little bit of power, but then we gain it right back. I know Fulgora doesn't have any coal, but we do have a freighter that is going from Vulcanus to Fulgora. I can now make some cliffside explosives, which should make this island at the very least. The island that I did have originally for my production is just going to be my rocket launch site. Okay, so after some extensive planning and a little bit of trial and error of figuring out what I need to do, I realized each island has its own purpose. Initial island is going to be my interplanetary logistics. Is very simple right now. Basic mall for just producing all the rails so I can actually create this network. Basically, I'm going to multiple different islands and I have myself a network similar to my other planets. I have scrap load. I also have scrap unload. Now, I don't have this set up yet because I want to see what this produces and how. If this bottlenecks, I need to make more chemical plants, and that actually is a good problem to have. That means that I will be able to produce holmium. Just a solution for right now. The plates I actually have on a different island being made. But with that being said, I have quite a couple of different islands that I'm unloading the scrap from. Now, what is your deal? Okay, just go to the depot. I don't know what this was about. Yeah, it keeps on wanting to go back to load. So it's going to depot. What's the deal here? We have multiple load stations readily available and nothing's happening. It seems to just be stuck in a loop. Oh, so priority. This needs to... Unload needs to be the top. Okay, so now we got that going, and I just realized I probably clipped the microphone in realization that I am once again kind of dumb. I'm not that dumb. I'm just not that smart either. I'm going to get all the resources that I know that I need to take off of this belt. And I'm doing 4 belts strictly because I want there to not be... I want there to be as little bottlenecks as possible. I know it looks a little messy, but trust me when I say I think this might help with the bottlenecks just a little bit. Yep. Alright, we're going to have to scrap this. This is a cool idea and concept, but... evidently it doesn't work. Okay, so here's the concept that I have. I'm gonna go ahead and get it going. So we're using active provider chests and then going into our storage chests, and what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take anything that we have. I had this when I started, but I think I have a better idea on how to get this to basically be optimized. Use bots, and my bots are faster. They're a lot faster. Oh, are we already full? We're already full. Okay, so we're full on gears already. Alrighty, so I have my electromagnetic science at least started. I think what I will eventually translate this island over into is going to be either a supercapacitor island or maybe an accumulator island, but I think it's going to be supercapacitors with the exception. I don't know what to do with all this extra stuff. Needless to say, I have a decent bit of production for my electromagnetic science. It's not great, it's not fantastic, but you can see it kind of goes up and down depending on the throughput of the holmium ore. Thankfully my accumulators, I've gotten quite a bit of rare ones, and the rare ones are definitely a lot better. They hold 15. Nevertheless, I also have nuclear power over here just in case. It's kind of more for backup if anything, but I do need to keep an eye out on these because I don't have a direct connection here. And if it sounds like it's a natro, that's because it is. I'm basically wrapping up what I've been able to accomplish on Fulgora. I'd have enough of my outposts where I can add more when I need to. What I may do is I may bring a Spidertron over here so I don't have to be on this planet to craft stuff. I did that, and of course I look back at Nauvis. I am about to get artillery shell range. If we take a look, by the way, I have way too much metallurgical science on Nauvis. Let's end this episode with a artillery montage. Well, that was pretty impressive. See y'all next time. Next episode, I think I'm going to try to go to Aquilo.